Squad fans, I wrote another spooky one for you guys. This story is called The Stuffed Giraffe. Hello, Squad fans. I'm telling you this story the best that I can remember it from my mind, and I hope somebody hears it. Ghost Dog and Fallen Angel were driving down the highway to Eddie and Jen's house. They were chatting, and all of a sudden, Ghost Dog says, "Did you hear that?" It's a famous line. Fallen Angel rolls her eyes. "I didn't hear a thing," she says. He said, "Come on! Didn't you hear that? It came from behind us." Fallen said, "What did it sound like?" Gives her a look. "I don't know, like an animal." She goes, "Dog, it must have came from outside." They pull up to Eddie and Jen's house. And Ghost Dog was stepping out of the truck, and he swore he saw his shadow in the back sleeper. "Fallen, something's in the truck." The Fallen Angel sighs and says, "Why don't you get Eddie, and you could go investigate it?" They walk up to the house, and Eddie greets them at the door. Ghost Dog says to Eddie, "Get your stuff. There's something in my truck. I don't know if it's paranormal, but there's something there. I want to check it out." Fallen walks past the boys and goes into the kitchen to see Jen. In the kitchen, Jen's doing a live stream. On her panel, Christine and Son Ghost Squad and Boomer D. They're doing EVPs. Fallen Angel quietly sits down next to her, waves to the chat, and starts writing what she's hearing. Jen, Christina, and Boomer are listening to the EVPs and asking questions to the spirit. Meanwhile, in the truck, Ghost Dog and Eddie get all set up. They turn on their spirit box. Ghost Dog asks, "Anybody here with us?" An immediate reply, "Yes, I'm always here with you." Eddie says, "Who's this that's always here with Ghost Dog?" The spirit box goes silent. Any white noise. In the kitchen, the EVPs are going a lot better. Boomer asks, "Can you tell me your name?" The spirit says one word back on the SB7. "Giraffe." I ask the spirits, "Is the giraffe alive?" The next EVP was frightening. "I'm with Ghost Dog." Jen and Fallen kind of get creeped out. Jen says, "Why don't we take this live stream outside into the truck with the boys?" Jen picks up the laptop and off we go to see what Ghost Dog and Eddie are doing in the truck. Fallen opens the door. "We're coming in," she says. Ghost Dog says, "Everything all right?" "Did the live stream end?" Eddie asks. Jen says, "No, we're going to do a little live stream here. We're getting some weird EVPs." Eddie says curiously, "What kind of EVPs?" I lean over, look out into the truck and say, "They said giraffe and then with Ghost Dog." Eddie and Ghost Dog are like, "Wow, you have to hear what we got." They tell us the EVP they got before the box went silent. Wow. Jen says, "Let's do EVPs in here with our box and see what we get." The boys agree. We set up. Meanwhile, in the chat, it's going crazy with comments. Don Broyles commented, "Maybe it's a relative of Ghost Dog's." Carol out of the comfort zone comments, "I think maybe he wants to talk to Fallen Angel." Jen turns on the spirit box. "Hello, spirits," Jen says. "We were hoping you would talk to us again. We would like to talk to the spirit that's with Ghost Dog." An EVP comes over the SB7. I'm right here. Suddenly, bang! The microwave door flies open. Holy cow, I exclaimed. Boomer almost fell off his chair. What the heck was that, he said. In the truck, the whole group had jumped up out of their seats. Ghost Dog said, what the heck made the microwave open like that? The chat was flying by with comments. Hawk the Fan James commented, oh my god, you have a polka dice. Melissa's Wogs comment, Lord, that scared me, wow. I asked, did the truck move? Is that why the door flung open like that? No, Ghost Dog and Eddie said at the same time. Nothing moved here. Everyone settles down. The spirit box is still running, and an EVP comes through. Do you see me now? Fallen Angel asks, where are you? After a good long pause on the spirit box. In the microwave. I said, gosh, that sounds like it's in the room. That didn't come from the spirit box. Boomer says to Ghost Dog, is there anything in the microwave? Ghost Dog shakes his finger. Yeah, the stuffed giraffe. Giraffe? That's the EVP we got. Eddie says, yes, we see you. Tell us your name. Through the spirit box comes Kronos. Kronos, I think to myself. The Greek god, I ask. I barely got the question out before the stuffed giraffe lunged out of the microwave and onto Ghost Dog's lap. Ghost Dog jumps up, sending the stuffed animal soaring through the air. Jen and Fallen run and jump into the front seat of the truck. Looking at them, Eddie's frozen, just sitting there. Ghost Dog's jumping all around. Christina, do you know what Kronos is the god of? I think about it for a second. Yes, time, but not good time. Changing times, where everything before it is devoured. Oh, great, Ghost Dog says. Boomer chimes in. Ask him why he's here. Ghost Dog says, you ask him. Eddie says, Kronos, can you tell us why you're here? And why are you with Ghost Dog? The spirit box dies. Just dies. It won't turn on again. Neither one, not Ghost Dog's or Eddie's and Jen's. You hear a disembodied voice. It says, next. Next what? Boomer asks. Ghost Dog got excited. This is great, he said. Eddie looked over at Ghost Dog and he says, I don't know about that, dog. All of a sudden, it started to sound like rocks hitting the truck. It's hailing, Jen said, unbelieving and shaking her head. It got really dark, and it even started getting heavy to breathe in the truck. Fallen Angel went to open the door. I yell, Fallen, don't open the door! Boomer's yelling the same thing. Why is the air getting so heavy in here? Ghost Dog said. The god of time, remember? If you look, the timer on the live is going super slow, I said. Something's going on. The comments stopped scrolling. I went to get up to check the weather outside my door, see if it was hailing out here too. I took a step and wham! I hit something. It's like an invisible wall. What the heck is going on? I said, Boomer, you live close enough to me. Go see if the weather outside Your house is like where Eddie and Jen is. Boomer goes to slide his chair back, and bam! He hits an invisible wall too. What the hell is going on here? He said. I shake my head, mildly terrified. I have no idea what's going on, Boomer. It seems Boomer and myself can only move around as much as you can see in the box on streamers. We're both quite terrified now. In the truck, everyone's panicking. I start yelling to the giraffe that calls himself Kronos, and I say, "Hey, Kronos, please explain. Do you need something from us?" Again, a disembodied voice. Next. Next what? Fallen yells. The spirit box turns back on. The EVP comes through. Next life. Then, start over. All of a sudden, the truck gets pitch black. Fallen tries the door again. She flings it open and jumps out. But she doesn't hit concrete. She's almost knee-deep in sand. What the hell? She says. Jen creeps over. Looks down on the ground. Red sand? Almost looks like clay. She lifts her head to look at her house. There's no house there. Nothing. Just red sand and a red sky. What is going on? She says. Eddie and Ghost Dog climb over to the front seats. Boomer and I start yelling, "Don't leave us here!" Eddie says, We'll be right back." And they all step out of the truck. Boomer's like, "Psst, Christina." I'm like, "What?" He says to me, "What if we hit leave live stream? You think that will help?" I don't think so. I think we better wait for them to hit end live. That might be better. Who knows where we'll get stuck if we hit leave live stream? Because we're already stuck. He thinks about it. Fine. Boomer gets up and starts banging on the invisible wall. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Maybe we can break it. Break it? Okay. He's having at it. Hitting the wall, shaking it. Wasting a whole lot of energy, doing a whole lot of nothing. I start calling, "Eddie? Jen? Fallen? Ghost Dog?" Nobody answers. No reply. In fact, eerily silent. I start trying to type in the chat. "Boomer, it says 20 people's watching. Nobody's typing?" He says, "Who cares?" I said, "We're stuck in a box. Maybe somebody can help us." Boomer sits down, out of breath, sweaty, breathing heavily. It's no use. Whatever this shield is, it won't budge. I called to Kronos. "Please, can you give us some help?" "Kronos." The spirit box was still on, but very low, and I'm listening intently. Then, a reply. Hasn't the spirit box half out? You were all next. What does that mean? Boomer leans over to yell into the mic. As he does, and reaches his hand goes right through the laptop. And I see it, and I'm like, he pulls his hand back really quickly. What the heck happened? I asked Boomer. Boomer was looking at the screen with a curious, yet almost blankish kind of face. Starts leaning over and pushes himself through the computer screen and into the truck. Boomer? I'm horrified. I can hardly move. I'm just shaking my head in sheer amazement. Boomer's like, reaches into the laptop. I see his hand coming out of my computer screen and grabs me and pulls me into the truck. I'm shaking my head. I can't even talk. I don't know what's going on. Boomer and I are standing in the truck. I look over to the laptop. It's 2 blank screens where we were sitting in the StreamYards. Boomer grabs my hand. Let's go find the others. I tug back on him really tightly. I'm like, no, I don't think it's a good idea, Boomer. He turns around, grabs my other hand, and goes, come on. We got this. It'll be fine. And he starts pulling on me. And my feet are dragging across the floor. Like, we step out of the truck. Nothing. Red sand. Red sky. Red sun? Or was it the moon? I couldn't even tell. And Ghost Dog's truck. We start walking. I think we must have walked a few yards, maybe 10. I turn around. The truck's gone, I said to Boomer, and I grab his hand. Okay, I'm not letting go of you. I don't need you disappearing on me too, Boomer. Boomer says to me, let's keep walking straight. Okay. Walk straight for, seemed like maybe an hour our time. Bam! Another invisible wall? Again, I yell. We look around. We start yelling. Eddie? Jen? Boomer says, Fallen? Ghost Dog? No replies. I look over at Boomer. It's like, let's follow the wall. That's what the others would have did. Okay. Well, Boomer was in the service. So in my head, I guess that made me feel better. He must know what he's talking about. He starts walking, and I really have no other choice to follow him. I was holding on to his hand so tight, and him to mine. I start walking. Boomer trips over something. Boom! We both go down. What the heck? A gravestone? Trying to get the sand out of my mouth now. I look up. Lots of gravestones, I say to Boomer. A cemetery, he says. This is great. And he jumps up, pulling me up with him, because I still have his hand. Why is this great? I asked him. Boomer exclaims, because there's no longer nothing. There's something. The wind was blowing pretty hard. couldn't see footprints. As soon as you made 'em, it was covered by sand. Well, I guess that makes sense. There is something. Okay, now we're talking, I said. Okay, let's see, maybe Eddie and Jen and them are around here. Start calling. No replies. You hear that, Boomer? Hear what? Voices. I hear voices. They must be around here. Maybe they're far. Let's go. And I start pulling him towards the voices. He says, are you sure you're just not hearing dead people again? You know, we are in a cemetery. But Boomer, I hear voices. I'm sure it's people. He had no choice but to follow me either, because he wasn't letting go of my hand. Okay. Over a hill. This big sand pile. We look down, and they're sitting. Eddie, Jen, Ghost Dog, and Polo. Guys! We found you! No answer. Not even a move. Boomer slides down the hill, dragging me with him. Taps Eddie on the shoulder. Hey, buddy. No reply. He's trying to talk to them. I'm still holding his hand for dear life. I look over, and I see a bird just stopped in thin air. I know what's going on. I go to turn to Boomer. There's no time here. I couldn't even get that out. We were frozen, just like our friends. Years, our time went by. Sand blowing, covering our bodies. But this is why I said sweatpants. That wasn't the worst part. Our minds still were working just fine. We were trapped in our bodies with only our own thoughts, slowly going out of our minds, wondering if this nightmare will ever end. I hope this story finds you all well. Unfortunately, some of us aren't. I hope you enjoyed this throwback story. This was like 4 years ago. I had a few of them that I did. I will try to do some more. They were quite fun. And see who we could stick in there. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and consider joining our channel membership for member shoutouts. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.